Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'll be discussing Fallout 3 and I'll be covering how to obtain literally hundreds of cryo grenades without having to wait 3 hours each time you want to request more. This is pretty simple to do. It might take a little bit of time to get it set up, but once you do have it working, you can save and log back on later and make more. Now, I want to point out that at this stage in the DLC, this will be your absolute final opportunity to obtain more of these weapons. There are no more in the game anywhere, so you might as well bring home as many as you can.
But I think if we keep going, this is kind of exciting, isn't it? I've never seen this part of the ship before.
Aliens.
This is kind of exciting, isn't it? I've never seen this part of the ship
Just between you and me.
before. I'm not quite sure.
Alright, so
but I think
this is an example of the exploit functioning. It's already been set up, it's working as it should, and as long as nothing crazy happens, it should keep doing that. As you can see, I'm not having to wait at all between asking Elliot for more grenades.
Not yet.
Usually you'd have to use your wait function, let 3 hours pass, and you actually have to wait about 5 seconds after the time has passed, after the waiting is done, so that you can ask for more. If you ask too early, you'll get denied, and if you keep doing that, you might get locked into a bad glitch in which Elliot just stops producing mines altogether. That's actually well documented on the wiki, I believe, that he will stop making them sometimes, and if that happens, you'll have to revert to a clean save. So a good point is to always make a lot of saves while you're doing this. Make 50 or 60 grenades, save, and keep doing that as a good habit. So you want to do this right after the spacewalk. None of this right here is actually necessary. You don't have to kill this guy or be invisible or any of that. That's just for fun. So you hit the switch, bring your team through the teleporter. You will need to wait for Sally to go open that door. So go ahead and loot whatever's around. Just wait a second. There she is. Now we go through the teleporter. And if you were quick enough about it, your whole team should have followed you back. If you walk forward into that other hallway where Sally was, they may follow you and they will not come back at that point. So here I'm just trying to get them out of my way. I want to get this drone out of my way as well. So I'm going to toss the drone controller on the floor. And so what I'm going to do here is position my NPCs where I want them so that they're just easy access. So I'm just kind of pushing them around. You can probably set this up however you want. The reason I was doing it over here in this corner at first was because I was using that toolbox to place the mines in and the grenades in between each time I was asking him, but that turned out not to be necessary at all. Get this stupid thing out of the way. What is necessary is Sally. So we'll just put her kind of close there, and again, I don't know that sitting down is really necessary. I just did that because I don't know, it put everything nice and convenient. I just kind of look from one spot to the other. But again, you probably don't have to do that.
think if we keep going this way, we'll find more
So what I'm going to do is go ahead and wait.
Looking for.
Actually, I didn't wait that time because I had already been 3 hours, so I just backed out of the wait. But as you can see here, I'm still putting my grenades in the box. I don't continue doing that once I realize you don't need to do it. But so what you want to do here is wait 3 hours, then immediately activate Sally. Just press A to talk to her. And then you want to wait for her to say one sentence complete, and then when she starts saying the second sentence, you can activate Elliot. So wait 3 hours, activate Sally, second sentence, activate. There you go. Rinse and repeat.
This is crazy, right?
That was a mistake. I backed out pushing the wrong buttons. Wait 3 hours. Activate Sally. That was a mistake again.
Oh, but I think if we keep going this way, we'll find what I sure hope they don't figure out where we are. This time I don't think
This is crazy, right?
we're going to
So
go
just
back
keep
to
waiting
the
3
cell.
hours, then activate Sally. Wait until she starts her second sentence. Talk to
Sure hope
Elliot
they don't figure out where we
and
are.
repeat it.
This time I don't
I do not know how many times it takes to do this.
think they're going to put it back
It's
to
not
the
that
cell.
many. I think the last time I tried it, I ended up with 24 grenades. So obviously that's 12 attempts. So about 12 times is about all it takes,
Just
I
between
guess.
you and me.
It may vary,
This is kind of exciting,
but
isn't it?
there's really no way of knowing if it's ready or not. You'll just end up having to get a feel for it
Sure hope they don't figure out where
after
we
about
are.
12 or 15 of these
This is crazy.
little waiting periods.
I don't think they're going to put me
You'll just try it without waiting, and you'll see me do that here momentarily.
back. This is kind of exciting, isn't it?
Just between you and me. Here,
I've never seen this part. This is kind of exciting. I sure hope they don't figure out where we are. This time I
you know the odds of get.
don't think they're going to put me back in. This is kind of exciting, isn't it? I've never
You know the odds of get.
seen this part of the ship. This is kind of exciting, isn't it? I've never seen this part
Aliens.
of the ship before. This is kind of exciting. I sure hope they don't figure out where we are. This
Just between you and me.
time I don't think they're going to put me back in the cell. I sure hope they don't figure out where we are. This time
Just between you and me.
I don't think they're going to put me back in the I'm not quite sure where to go. But this is kind of exciting, isn't it? I've never seen
You know the odds of get.
this part of the ship before.
Okay, that was my little signal to let me know that I'm about to try it without
Just
waiting.
between you and me. I'm surprised at how well I'm coping. I mean, here you go. Hope you're making good use of them. If you need more, I should have a batch.
Got it.
If we keep going this
So, 26 grenades it took to get there.
way, we'll find what we're looking for. I sure hope they don't figure out where we are. This time I don't think they're going
This is crazy, right?
And as you can
Here you go.
see, we are no longer waiting for these grenades. But you do still have to hold on to that
This is crazy.
rule about waiting until her second sentence. You'll see me demonstrate that here. I'll fail a couple times. There's a fail. And that's because I did not wait long enough. If you do that, just go back and wait the recommended amount of time, and it'll go back to normal.
Keep going this way. Well, this is kind of exciting, isn't it?
So,
I've never
as I
seen
said
this part of the ship
before,
You know the odds of
you can now save the game, put it down, come back a week from now,
I've never seen
and just pick it right back up right here making grenades, and you won't have to reapply the exploit again,
This is great.
barring any kind of crazy happenings. But
Right at-
so you could sit here and make a few hundred, 1,000 if you have the time for that. Again, this is your last chance of doing this. So
think if we keep going, I sure hope they don't figure out where we are.
This is great.
now there's nothing that says you couldn't try to set this up in the previous quest.
Just
I
between
actually had some success with that,
keep going
some
this
limited
way.
success. It's not as fast. Sally has things to say to you.
great.
Your dialogue box is going to pop up. You're going to have to select options within there. So it's just not as efficient.
This is great.
Also, an added benefit is you don't really have to worry about your mines and your grenades up until the very end of the whole DLC. If you do it this way, throughout the mission while you're playing, you can still go ask him for a couple of grenades every now and then. I would not play with the timer,
Between you and me.
the waiting and all that. I wouldn't do that because, like I said before, there is the possibility of setting a bad glitch that will
This is nuts.
make it so he won't ever make him again. So if that happens, like I said, you can revert to a good save and delete whatever save was associated with him not working anymore. But you can avoid all that by just being careful and making a lot of saves. And this last clip, titled Reload Saved Exploit, is showing that once your glitch is working and you save it, you can load that save and pick up right where you left off.
But I
Aliens.
think if we keep going, this is kind of exciting, isn't it? I've never seen this
You know the odds of get.
part of the ship before. I sure hope they don't figure out where we are. This time I don't
Just between you and me.
think they're going to put me back. This is kind of exciting, isn't it? I've never seen this
Just between you and me.
part of the ship.
Anyway, that's the end of the guide.
They don't figure
Feel
out where
free
we
to like
are.
and subscribe
This time I
if you
don't
found this helpful.
Aliens.
Thanks for watching.
think they're going to. I sure hope they don't figure out where we are. This time I don't think
You know the odds of get.
they're going to put me back in this. I'm not quite sure where to go, but I
This is great.
think if we keep going, this is kind of exciting, isn't it? I've never
This is great. Not.
seen this part of the ship. This is kind of exciting, isn't it? I've never seen this part
This is crazy.
of the ship before. I'm not quite sure where to go, but I think
Aliens.
if we keep going this way, we'll find what we're looking for.